Hi guys, what's up? It is Anna and welcome back to another video. I am in my car and I just got my Starbucks, some yummy coffee. I just recently started getting cold foam added to mine, sweet vanilla cold foam to be exact, and it is just a game changer. So if you have not tried that, highly recommend. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. Welcome back to a brand new video. I just thought it would be fun to sit down and have a chat, answer some questions, talk about some things going on in the world right now, and just chill and relax and just talk together like two good friends, or many good friends, more than two. I don't know why I said two, but anyway, I figured we would cover topics such as the Astroworld incident today. I don't know, I'm so nervous about people looking at me, oh my god. Okay, the Astroworld incident, my book that I'm writing, because I am writing my very first novel that will be published, and just some other things. So if you are interested in just hanging out with me and having a chill time while I drink my coffee, then make sure to subscribe to my channel before you leave and hit that bell notification so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And with that being said, let's hop right on in. Alright you guys, so I wanted to talk about Astroworld just for a second, and I kind of hesitated on even talking about it because I don't want to seem like I'm just talking about it for views or, you know, whatever. It's something that really broke my heart, and I just felt like it really needed to be talked about, if anything, just to talk about it for the victims. So if you don't know what Astroworld is, which another reason why I'm talking about it, my best friend was like, what is Astroworld? And I'm like, honey, I don't have time just to sit here. I was doing work, I don't have time to sit here and just text about it, so I'll, you know, talk about it. So Astroworld is Travis Scott, the rapper. It's his thing, it's like his brand. He had his Astroworld Tour back in I think it was 2019, and I only say that because I went. So for me, I am not like some big Travis Scott fan whatsoever. I couldn't even tell you one of his songs besides Sicko Mode, and I love Sicko Mode. Like, I do really love that song. However, I do listen to rap and hip hop a lot. I love it. Me and my husband listen to it. And so we were just perusing around in 2019 on this app, and where you can get like tickets for a little bit cheaper for like venues, and we somehow last minute, just randomly out of nowhere, scored $5 tickets to a Travis Scott concert in Nashville. And it was one of the most fun, like spontaneous memories I have with my husband in our whole relationship. It was genuinely fun. Did I know any of the songs? Well, some of them, because of just like other people. He has Sheck West, which I don't even know them except for their one popular song. Anywho, long rant, we went. It was a wonderful, fun memory. However, I'm not a huge fan of Travis Scott. I do like Kylie Jenner. I love her makeup. I really do. I am a stan for it, but it's just not really my thing. However, the event was in Houston, Texas. It is Astroworld Fest. Once again, he hosts this. Is from Houston, Texas. That's why Astroworld Fest is in Houston, Texas. They have other artists that were there at the time, such as SZA. I heard Lil Baby was there, and Travis Scott actually brought out Drake, which he does Sicko Mode with. And he may do other songs with. Like I said, I truly don't know. With that being said, this music festival is a huge hazard. I am a music festival girl. Where I'm from, we have one of the biggest, most popular music fests that people come to from all over the world. No, it's not Coachella, it is Bonnaroo. And I have been in a mosh pit before. The mosh pit, though, was for Dua Lipa. And when I go to a music festival, I love to be as close as I can and impact with the people. I just think it's a lot of fun. And for someone who has a lot of anxiety, surprisingly, I don't really feel anxiety when I am in the situation. But I will say, they do get very cram-packed. One for Post Malone, so tight you couldn't walk, you actually had to scoot. It's insane. So there are hazards, and at music festivals, a lot of people do drugs. I do not. I don't even drink alcohol. But tons of people do, and they're on all sorts of things, and you see it. It's just there. So people are heavily under the influences in the crowds. People pass out all the time. It happens. I've seen it before my eyes many a time at music fests. However, that's not something that should be a normal thing. It's not something that should be a common thing. I mean, that's the only really way I know how to put it. And for this fest in particularly, it wasn't people who were just on drugs who were passed out. People died at this. There were 8 people that we know of that passed away and over 100 that were injured. There may be more, and the youngest one to be injured and who is fighting for his life, I don't know the update on him right now, was 9 years old. 9. And I personally would not have a 9-year-old at a concert like that, at a music fest, like cram-packed with people. Like, I just wouldn't. But I'm not obviously like gonna judge them. You can do whatever you want. It just would scare me because I know how these festivals can get. But Travis Scott knew, and by the way, I don't know, I don't want to get into any legal trouble. I don't know if I can, so I just want to be like, these are all allegations. I mean, I don't know if any of this, or some of it, I'm just trying not to get in trouble, okay? I don't want to get in trouble. But anyway, talked to, I think it was a sheriff or somebody beforehand who warned him that it could be a hazard to have the amount of people in the way he was going to have them. There were only 2 exits, one at the front, I think one at the back. There were really no way to get out once you got in. And even that night, I saw on Kylie Jenner's Snapchat, the crowd was insane. It took me back to the Post Malone moment at Bonnaroo, but maybe even worse. And I was like, honestly though, how many, no shade, but how many people would show up to a Travis Scott concert? Because we got tickets for $5. The arena was like not even that packed. So I was like, dang, like that's a lot of people. And then soon after that, you know, everything broke out. So there's a lot of allegations to exactly what happened. I've heard a lot of rumors, such as like people injecting people with drugs. I don't know that that's true. But people basically got trampled to death. They got smothered and like thrown on the ground. I'm not gonna get too graphic. You can definitely look it up. But Travis Scott, like no one stopped the concert. He could see from stage what was happening. People were jumping, like there's like this one video of this girl that gets me every time. I think some guys were involved too. They were literally jumping on the sound stage, begging for them to stop the concert. Like, claps to them. That is amazing. They are amazing for trying to stop it, but no one would stop the concert. And people were dying and getting injured left and right. There's a thing called crowd surge, and my husband was telling me about it, and he didn't even look too into it because he was like, it would be too not gory, but morbid, I guess. A thing that can happen, it's all sciencey with bodies when they're too close together, all cram-packed, you can't move the way that, I don't know, you can look it up. But there's that allegations of that could have happened. People got trampled and like thrown on the ground, smothered, they couldn't breathe. The drug thing, which I don't know that that's true. And so many things happened, and it just bothers me so bad because people asked for him to stop. And there have been issues with Travis Scott before this incident where he's had similar things happen or almost happen. And he did actually stop his concert once because someone stole his shoe when he was crowd surfing. It was like a 14-year-old kid, and they stole the shoe, and he got so mad on stage, he basically told people in the crowd to beat him up with some explicitives, which, yeah. So things happened with him before. Like, I don't stand him, and I've definitely lost all respect for him after this. And Kylie, like, Kylie was just like, oh, we didn't know until like way after. But honey, there was ambulances in her Instagram story. It's just a really sad situation. And if you don't know, like, this is also a warning for people who maybe are wanting to go to music fests in the future or anything. Like, they really can get wild. Tons of people, you can't move, you can't breathe, and it's just so sad that this had to happen. He is, like, I think covering all the funeral costs, which he should, but I really hope he sees some time for this, like some repercussions. So anyway, did you hear about it? What do you think? Let me know your opinions down below. I did see one TikTok of an EMT who was there, who was helping to give CPR. Him and his medics, like his co-workers went out together to like help and, you know, do stuff and like give aid to people, and tons of them ended up having to do one-man CPR, he said, which is, it's hard. I went to school for dental assisting. It was in the medical field for a while. Like, I didn't actually ever work in the medical field because, you know, my job is YouTube and I own my own business, but I did go to school for it. I do have my CPR certification. I had to. CPR is freaking hard. I promise you that. It's difficult even for just 2 people. I could barely do it. It's very hard. It's a very difficult task. It takes a lot of energy, and these people were out here left and right getting pulled on to go to other people because they had been laying unconscious like on the ground for like 10 minutes. It's just insane. So yeah, I just really wanted to talk about it, bring light to it. The victims, like, they should not have had to go through that, and definitely lost all respect, if any that I even had for him to begin with. Oh my god, there was almost a wreck just right in front of me. Oh, someone pulled out in front of a Walmart truck. Okay, anyway, have you heard about this? Let me know down below. I would love to like just keep this going in the comments. But that's one thing that's definitely a lot heavier. For lighter news, I'm obviously writing my very first book. This book will be published. I am in college for English and creative writing. That is my degree. It's going to be a bachelor's degree. I graduate next October. I am getting this degree just to help me with my writing because it has always been a dream to be an author, and now I am doing it. I am on almost on chapter 5 of my first novel that I'm writing. I'm heavily inspired by, well, I'll get into the questions. I asked if you guys had any questions for me. And so I thought I would answer those because I did have some really good questions. There's someone right beside me, but honestly, I just don't even care. I don't have time to care. Okay. So I got a lot of really good questions about my novel, and my novel, I'm telling you guys, it means the world to me. It is, well, let me just get into the questions. By the way, this will be a novel that is published and available to you guys. I definitely want to do some like signed copies. Ambulance just went by, if you heard that. Okay, definitely want to do some signed copies and a lot of fun stuff like that. But anyway, so Kobe asks, are you including any popular tropes? What kind of novel? Fantasy, romance, dystopian? So that was the first question. I didn't know what tropes meant, which was very embarrassing for me. Like, I didn't know. I mean, this is like my major and I didn't know what that meant. But they asked what type of novel it is. It is a crime, mystery, drama kind of novel. I don't want to put like a label on it yet for an exact genre, but it is crime, but it follows a young girl who's like my age, year older, 24, 25, and it's got crime, kind of like a mystery to it, and just stuff like that. And yeah, so that's that part, and I will come back to the trope answering the trope question thing. So then Kobe also goes on to say, oops, never mind, I saw you say crime slash mystery. I missed it on the first time watching your video. And then someone else by the name of Shy May was, I don't know how to pronounce it, sorry, but Shy says, is there a certain author that inspired you to write this? Yes, I love that question. So I am heavily inspired by Anne Rule. I love her. She is like a boss babe for sure. I guess that's the way to put it. She's just awesome. She's one of the most famous crime writers of all time. Anyway, one of the most famous crime writers of all time, and then she has some crazy dealings in her real life that go on with true crime with one of the most infamous serial killers that there ever was, Ted Bundy. She was really close friends with him, and she didn't know he was a kid. There's just, okay, look, this girl, she wrote crime novels that were bestsellers, one of the most popular crime written novels, but then she also had personal relations with Ted Bundy. Not romance, but I just recommend the book Stranger Beside Me. It's like an autobiography kind of her and her relationship with Ted Bundy, but she's just awesome. Journalist, like journalism, crime journalism, true crime. Okay, so Finnick Faye asked, how do you get inspiration to actually sit down and write it? I've hit writer's block. So for me, I just have inspiration 24/7. I do kind of just live and breathe this stuff because 24/7 I'm doing my schoolwork, doing my creative writing classes, I'm writing papers all the time, and I actually got inspired for this specific book on one of my finals for one of my writing classes, and I just fell so in love with it. I knew I had to turn it into a story. I actually read it on one of my videos, one of my past vlogs, so if you want to like a little sneak peek into the story, you can go find my short story that's kind of based on this. And I get inspiration too from things around me and stuff in my life. Like, there are so many things in my novel that are kind of close to me in my life that you as a reader, or anyone as a reader, wouldn't realize that these are things that I have dealt with in my life or seen in my life, or just people I've seen out in public, and I am constantly inspired by my surroundings. So that is something. And also I want to be an author my whole life. So okay, Kobe asks again, how do you deal with the writer's block, which of course what I just answered. I'm writing a dystopian novel. Okay, they mentioned that they're doing stuff on Pinterest, blah blah blah, have it and start losing hope about finishing. Yeah, so inspiration from people around me, everything out in public. I'm always paying attention to people and thinking about things from past times in my life too. So JRJS_1966 asks, is it a romance novel? Is it for adults or young adults? So like I said, I didn't really want to put a genre, oh my god, don't want to put a genre on it necessarily right yet. It's not romance. I will say, however, the people who've read my short, or who are like test reading my story for me, ship my main two characters, and like that's fine. You can ship them all you want, like pop off. I like for my readers to have freedom for things like that. So if you want to ship them, but it is not a romance novel. I just want her to be a strong, independent woman. Do I want her to have a happy life and like get married and stuff if she wants to? Yes, I think my characters are real. I feel like they're real, but no, it's not like an actual romance novel. As for YA or adult, so like young adult or adult, I want it to be for both. I really want it to be a good mixture where anyone wants to read it. And then Abby Muse, here's where the trope comes in. She tells me that tropes are classic book cliches, like enemies to lovers, found family friends, and stuff like that. And no, like I think my book is really unique. It is no cliches. And I personally have never read like a fiction book like this before with the storyline. Is there some out there? Possibly, maybe, but I've never seen them. It is definitely unique in my opinion. It is not cliche. And yeah, I guess that's just what I'll say about that. But those were some really great questions, and with that I will end it because I'm letting my coffee just sit here. Okay, I'll end it there. If you have any questions about my book, please answer or ask them down below. I love to answer and talk about it because this book is my baby. So yeah, let's have a conversation down below. Other than that, I want to say thank you to my patrons as always: Jeremy, Maddie, Davis, Janae, Casey, Mel, Vicky, Vanessa. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being a patron. Other than that, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel before you leave. You can do that by hitting my face right up there, and you can watch another video by clicking right over there, and it would mean the world to me if you would do so. I hope you have a great day or night or whenever you may be watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.